Hey guys, PaxBuzz here, back with another video. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a little bit ever since my first Jump Force video I made. And, that's that. Sorry I keep hearing that thing. I try not to do that. I bet that makes people uncomfortable, and I'm sorry. But, yeah, I've made a couple of Jump Force videos recently. And they've been doing the best. Like, my first one, which was the DLC 2 announcement, within like a couple of days gained 30 views, and then it's still kind of growing. But my fastest growing video right now was my predictions that I made a couple of days ago, and to this day, that's out of my newer videos my most viewed. It's not my most viewed video on the entire channel. It's actually my second ever video when I was still Sonic123, and it was a Dokkan summons with Sonic Forces speedrun or something like that. Speed battle. I can't remember. I actually still play the game too. It's the funny thing. It's not as fun as I thought it used to be, but I got Movie Sonic and Baby Sonic. I need to get the Owl Longclaw. But yeah, this is a video I've been wanting to make for a bit, and it's just me explaining what I truly think about Jump Force. What do I think of it? I think it's one of the worst anime games Bandai has released in a bit. That new soccer one, the Toshiba Captain one, looks better than Jump Force does. And I'm be explaining what I don't like about it and what I do like about it. Now I'm gonna grab. I'll be. You may hear me walk and grab stuff. I'm gonna grab a couple of games, for example, for my head. Except for one of them, and I'll explain. So I'll be back. Okay. So I got the games. I probably should just pause the recording, but I didn't. So you may not hear it, but I have my Xbox games here. Jump Force. Did not get the game when it released because I didn't have money, and also because it just started didn't looking as good. So I'm gonna talk about my history of Jump Force first. Jump Force obviously was first announced at E3, and when I saw it, I was like, "Wow, this game's actually looking pretty cool." Because it has Goku, Naruto, Luffy, and then it showed Frieza fighting him, and then it showed Light Yagami at the end of it. Which, if you don't know, Death Note is one of my most favorite animes. Like, if Dragon Ball wasn't a thing, it'd be my favorite. That and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but God, just Death Note's really good to me. And so when I saw Light Yagami, I was excited. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have Goku. I'm gonna play as Goku, Light Yagami, all this stuff. And then they announced that it's a 3 versus 3 game. Now, this isn't the first game that Bandai released as 3 versus 3. They also had Dragon Ball Fighters, which was an amazing game. Still to this day, now is my favorite Bandai game, my favorite Dragon Ball game, my favorite Bandai game. My second favorite fighting game is amazing. They've done Dragon Ball FighterZ so well, and I'm so excited what else they do with it in the future. I love fighting games, even though I'm not the best at them. Like, if you check my old streams, I used auto combos with Broly, which I regret. I now know how to play better. So yeah, like, they've done the 3 versus 3 thing. It's not made by the same people, but Bandai knows about it, and they see the popularity of it. So the fact that they're going to do it with Jump Force, I thought was pretty cool, especially since it's also Jump Force. This isn't the first Jump game they made. They had the Jump Star or something for PS4. I remember I didn't play it. I wanted it because it had my one of my two favorite JoJo characters because I like the Hamon users. They also had uh, Assassination's Classrooms, Koro Sensei, I think, something like that. I forgot his name, but it was cool. And I'm saying now that game's better than Jump Force in my opinion, but yeah, Jump Force is looking good. More trailers come out about story and stuff, and then we learn that there's custom characters as well in the game. The other game I was going to compare it to is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. This game, okay, so actually, fun fact, I didn't get this game when it first came out. This is actually my brother's game, and he got it for Christmas. I got Fighters when it came out, which was January 20 something, I believe. I remember that day because I was so hyped. Alright. I get Jump Force, not Jump Force, Xenoverse 2. My brother gets it for Christmas. after it comes out, I actually funny thing, I actually linked my Xenoverse 1 to it. So, like, I get the outfits and some of the attacks early, and I thought it was really cool that the Toki Toki City hero was there. Xenoverse 2 was done so well. And I'm one of those only people who still want DLC for it, so that's not what I'm talking about today. Um, yeah, I wanted to compare it to Xenoverse 2 later in this video and Fighters, but just saying that they've done customization a lot over years. Even Battle of Z was another game that I guess custom characters. I never played it because it didn't look that fun. Yeah, they've done customization stuff, so it should have worked in Jump Force perfectly with all these other anime characters. And then the game releases, and I don't check any reviews, but I don't have it. I don't have the game. The first time I play it was this beta that they had for online testing, I guess, for people. I played it on Xbox. I didn't play online because all the times they did it was when I was at school. But when they first released it, you got to play it offline. And instantly, I had some issues with that. First of all, it shouldn't be a 3 versus 3 game. I've complained about this a lot. One of my friends gets annoyed of this. It shouldn't be 3 versus 3 because, like, you share one life bar, and that's not the point of a 3 versus 3 game. At least to me. Like, Dragon Ball Fighters, everyone has their own life bar, and just, I don't know. The game also has assists, and I personally think they do the assist awfully. I'm pulling my chair, so it has wheels. They did the assist really just not fun in Jump Force. Most of the time, I forget about it. I don't use it, and the gameplay was a little bit weird. But again, this was my opinion off of when I first played the beta. I thought the game's ultimates were fun. It was fun to transform a Super Saiyan Blue Goku at the time and stuff like that. But I wanted more. So I did not have money when the game came out, so I didn't pre-order it. To this day, I still don't have the pre-order stuff, but I can buy it. I refused to, but I totally bought it. I didn't buy it. Hold on, my bad. And then one day, and I'm sorry about that, Mom, but my mom bought me Jump Force, and my friends really wanted me to get it because they said, this game's fantastic. It's better than Xenoverse 2. It's the best anime game and all that stuff. And I'm like, all right, that's sounding promising. I really didn't want it because then I started seeing some stuff I didn't like, but like one thing was that Light Yagami was not playable in the game, which I guess makes sense because, he can just, the even creator said he can just write someone's name down and then they die. But in my opinion, if he's too overpowered to be in the game, then no one in Dragon Ball should be in Jump Force if they can just destroy the whole planet with their own power, while most of the characters on here can't. Like Jotaro, there's no way he can destroy an entire planet, or Yugi or something like that. Like putting up against Goku wouldn't really be fair. He'd be way more overpowered compared to a lot of these characters. Well, except for maybe JoJo, because he can't see stands or hurt him. But still, like, I just don't think it's fair. Yeah, I had a lot of my problems with the game. The gameplay was not fun. The it was like it just was kind of weird feeling. I hate the timing when you're in the air to teleport behind someone because it isn't a fault of the game. It's a fault to me. I just can't time it right. I do hate it though how the AI always gets it near the levels, and that's another thing. The AI just suck. They just spam the same move over and over again, and that's not even just Jump Force's fault. That's just Bandai. Bandai's had that with Xenoverse 1, Xenoverse 2. Like in Xenoverse 1, if you were Super Saiyan, you can do as many attacks as you want. And then fighters, I've even had times where I fought Krillin in story mode, and he always just punches and does one of his ultimates. Like, he just loves doing that. And, yeah, that's just something I did not like within just Bandai itself, is how bad their AI just likes to spam, and it's annoying. And that's actually how I just knew how to play Jump Force. I know block everything till I can get a perfect opening, because that's just what everyone does. Like when the Goku Black event was out, Every time I fought a Cell, it was just the spam of his barrier attack. And then everyone just did the same crap, and I just quit. I only got the ring and the Patara earring. I didn't get the outfit. I still don't know if I have the wig. I haven't checked. But it's just, I was getting tired of it, and I thought it was pretty stupid. And so let's compare it to the other games. Fighters compared to Jump Force. Like, oh, one more thing about Jump Force. I don't like how it looks. Alright, I don't. Like, they look cool, but in a way, I do not like the realistic look to characters who are meant to be drawn out. It just doesn't fit for me. And it's even worse for the custom character. But I'm going to talk about that when we compare it to Xenoverse for now. So the three versus three is way better in fighters, and the gameplay is just better in fighters. Like, I guess the problem with the three versus three in Jump Force would be, I guess it's more 3D field kind of game, kind of like Pokken Tournament that they did. But Pokken actually managed to make that fun because it's just one on one with assist Pokemon. This game does not, and the sharing life bar thing is the dumbest feature I've ever seen a 3 versus 3 game do. And I played Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is a 2 versus 2, but fairness, gameplay is actually pretty decent. I just don't, I just don't like the the sharing life bar thing. It's what pisses me off the most. And just compared to fighters, it may offer more than fighters, like, but it's just not as fun. Like, the whole point of the game is for funness. Funness, is that a word? I don't know. Funyuns. Anyways, that's a chip. It's Jump Force may offer more. Fighters doesn't have custom characters. Fine. But it has less characters in Jump Force. I think 40 characters, plus they had like 6 DLC fighters. I don't know. Alright, anyways, I think Jump Force does have more characters, but Fighters' characters are more fun, in my opinion. Like, it's not even that small of an opinion. Like, a lot of people agree with me here. I just don't like that things about Jump Force. Now, Xenoverse 2 here, everyone told me that the customization was better in Jump Force because you can change your hair color, you can do this, you can do that. Well, in Xenoverse, if you wanted to do that, you needed to gather all 7 Dragon Balls. And so when I played the game, they were right. You could change the hair, you can change the color, you can change the eyes, but you can't. That's all you can do besides change clothes. You can't, like, you can put marks on you and stuff like that, which Xenoverse barely has. The only mark you can have is a Majin mark, but at least you can do more customization in Xenoverse. There's way more to do it than in Jump Force. Sure, you can change your hair whenever you want in Jump Force, but you can't change your character's height. You can't change their physical appearance other than their hair and eyes compared to Xenoverse, which you can. Like, you can totally do that in Jump Force, and in Xenoverse, not in Jump Force. And there is no way to do that unless you just delete your character and remake him, which is stupid and shouldn't even be a thing to do within Jump Force. Compared to Xenoverse's customization, sure, you have to grind out 7 Dragon Balls, but at least you can do it. And at least you're playing the game to do it. The grind for Dragon Balls isn't as bad as some people think, in my opinion. Like, in Xenoverse 1, it was awful. But in Xenoverse 2, you fight 3 people, and I even had times where all 3 of those people gave me a Dragon Ball, and it made the process faster. I was a little bit almost halfway there. But in Jump Force, you just can't do it at all, and that's just me. You can. It's cool how you can customize attacks in Jump Force, and that's the one thing I will give them for that. Like, you can have like a lightning Kamehameha or a fire one or a dark Rasengan, or like, that's amazing. And I would say they can just explore more into that, but I don't think they really could. So that's one thing I can give them over Xenoverse, is that Xenoverse doesn't do that. Jump Force does, but that's like the only thing. And it's just barely that cool to me. And compared to other games, that's why I think the Jump Force, but there's still more I don't like about the game. Like, the the fact that they put in a rematch button way after people asked for it. So in Jump Force, if you play it online or against your friends, like okay, let's say I fight my friend Jim1 right now on Jump Force, and he beats me because he's just better than me in every game. There's a usual games like even Xenoverse or Fighters has a rematch prompt that show up. Jump Force didn't have that for like half of the time it's been out so far. Until one day after, I think it was it Toshiro's DLC? No, I think it was the one before that. Um, I think it was the Majin Buu, Madara, and Third Guy DLC. Was when they added a rematch button finally, and they had a whole trailer of it. If you saw my Twitter at that time, which you probably didn't, but you should, it's in the description. I complained. I was like, "This is stupid. You can't just do that. You can't just add the. It should have been in base game." And I understand if it wasn't in base game at first, they didn't have enough time. Then that's fine. I can totally get that. Game development's not easy. I mean, have I ever done it? No, but I understand that's not a fast process. Especially like I know I complain how the game looks, but it's not like it was lazy. The game's amazing looking for a game, but for an anime game, it just looks weird to me. Um, like it's just they took forever to add it though. Like there was like a bunch of characters already released, a bunch of updates, a whole new stage, new costumes, events, just stuff, running servers and all that, and they finally put in the rematch button after a while. Like I don't know if it would have taken that long to add it, or they just decided not to add it until that time. Like if it's because it took that long to add it, then that's fine to me. Like I get it. Okay, as I said, game development isn't easy, but if they just didn't work on it at all until that moment, are you serious? Bandai, you worked on other games. I don't know, license. Okay, they didn't make them, but actually, who made Jump Force? I'm going to check that. Crywire? Crywire? Um, hmm. I don't know. I'll just look it up later. Who made Jump Force? But like, you can't just. I don't know. It was stupid that took forever for a rematch button, and then right now I would forgive a lot of this stuff. Like I would forgive a lot of these things if there's more replayability to the game. There is, in fact, a story mode within Jump Force, but it's first of all, it's not the best. What it is your character is from the real world, gets shot by Frieza, get a cube inside of you from the anime characters who come out of their mangas into your world, which first of all is pretty stupid in my opinion. I don't really like that a lot. It makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense for the whole realistic look that they did for the characters, but I just don't like it. I'd rather fight in the World Tournament, which is a stage in the game, than in New York City. All right, it's just pretty dumb plot in my opinion, and I hate it how it's a real life person gaining these animated powers. It makes no sense. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. Stuff was happening. I just hate it. I hate the whole story in my opinion, but I would like to replay it sometime, see if I can understand it better. There's a big issue with it. You can't replay the story at all. There's no way, unless you delete your account. Your save file for Jump Force and you start a new one is the only way you can replay your story. Why would you do that? They do add new story things for DLC characters and how they get introduced, but you can't replay those either. And I don't like it. Um, I don't, I don't know. I really don't like how you just can't replay the story. That's my point here. I know I'm trying to just say it a lot. I'm not purposely trying to do that. My mind is just weird today, but it's just not good, in my opinion. Like Xenoverse, you can replay the story when you go up to the chamber or something. I don't remember. Oh my god. That's someone turning the hose on in my house. Have you heard that? Fighters, you can replay the story whenever you want. They even encourage you to replay it in hard mode. Even Kakarot recently had a time machine update, and at least they were planning it from the start. I think they didn't have enough time or something. And they even added an update to it where Goku and Vegeta don't have restrictions on their transformations. Like, it's awesome that you can do that. I mean, okay, I did complain a little bit, yes, a couple of days ago that being level 250 just isn't as fun fighting level 5. Some there should be restrictions, but at least you can go back in time and fight. Jump Force, you can't at all, and I don't know. It's just kind of boring. Like, I don't like, there's a lot of things just in general, that whole area too, the lobby that you play at. It's boring in my opinion. Like, the background looks cool, but there's not really anything to do except talk to characters, do missions, fight online. That's about it. I think you can pick up items on the ground, but I could be wrong. Like, Fighters has an entire lobby with chibi characters moving around with other people, and it's really cool. You can do these. I think it's kind of like loot boxes, but you can't spend actual money, so that's cool. You cannot spend money unless I accidentally said can. Xenoverse 2 has an entire giant map to play, and there's so many just small things to do. Like, you can get new poses, which I never knew about. For like 2 years of me playing that game, you can do loads of stuff on that game, and I love it. And then Kakarot's map is multiple well, I mean, it's an RPG, so of course that map's just going to be the entire map of Dragon Ball. So it's not really a fair comparison to Jump Force. It's a lobby, though. Not good. Not good. I don't really like it. I don't like the team Goku, Luffy, or Naruto thing. I really don't care about it. I mean, I'm in Team A, Alpha, because I like Dragon Ball the most, and hey, it's always winning, at least on the Xbox, so cool, I guess. Okay, I know I've been complaining for how long have I been recording? 20 minutes of my thoughts on Jump Force. How about I talk about things I actually liked? Things that I do like about Jump Force. I did complain about the gameplay. I do think it's bad, but the attacks and the visuals are actually really good. Like, Goku doing a Spirit Bomb looks awesome. Anybody just doing an attack, like, I love Kaiba's, I love Bakugo's. I'm mainly gonna talk about DLC characters because I love the DLC characters a lot. Law, I like even characters of shows I've never seen. I love playing with their attacks, like Yo Yo Hakusho, Yosuke. I love playing Yosuke. And I've never even seen an episode of his show. I love Kakashi, and I've never seen Naruto. And I even like the Dragon Ball characters, but even I can admit they're not as good as everyone else. Like, I love Ichigo, even though he's the most broken. I like even shows I didn't think I'd ever like has pretty fun characters, like One Piece has pretty fun characters, and that's something I can give for Jump Force. They just if the gameplay is not fun, their attacks look awesome and amazing and nice recreations, and even the JoJo characters look really cool. Like, they're the only ones I think in the realistic feel they look good in because it's JoJo. Okay, it's just weird like that. And then another thing I did hate the story. The story was bad. I didn't even talk about it, but I did say that the graphics aren't lazy, but the animation is. I remember someone made a joke where it says it looks like the B movie, but 10 times as worse. And then it shows a clip of your character's neck just getting longer a little bit when they look over. Like, it does look pretty bad, but I think the best part of the whole game is the character interaction, which is something I am sad there's just not more of. There's a lot of it, and I just want just a little bit more. Like, seeing Goku and Gon talk about how they both do rock, paper, scissors and they're not from the same show, or Vegeta training Deku, or Goku thinking All Might's evil, or Sabo and Luffy talking to Kaiba, talking about how he's a good brother because he was trying to find his brother Mokuba, or Dio talking to Yugi and how he likes his powers because he just used the heart of the cards. Um, just so much interactions. Like, I've only hit the tip of the iceberg of it because I just can't remember all of them because I played the game like a year ago when I did all that stuff. it's awesome. The interactions are the best part of the game, and I love it. I love just seeing the characters interact and how they would interact because you don't see that a lot. Like there was sometimes like crossovers, of course, like Goku, Luffy, and Toriko had an anime special, and that was kind of just about it. I mean, but it was a show, not a game, and it should work in a game. And in my opinion, it did. And that's Jump Force's strongest point: is seeing the characters talk to each other and interact. I love it. I just wish there was just a bit more of it, and I don't know. I just really, really liked it. I loved how they just did the interactions the most for Jump Force with just the different characters. And I even liked the stuff like Yagami did. I know I didn't like how he wasn't playable, but he was still ominous and trying to figure stuff out. I didn't like how your characters could see Ryuk but didn't explain it because that's stupid to me. Like, he has the cubes, all of a sudden he just knows everything. Like, I bet your character can see the stands. Like, I don't know if he does or not, I can see, but just weird, but I'm not complaining right now. I liked Light's role. Light was just there to help out, and really he was trying to get the power of his Death Note to work again because it wasn't working. And it sparks up for something coming up in the future, which I usually don't like sequel bait, but I do want to know what Jump Force is going to do next. When they're going to do it with Light Yagami. Maybe he'll actually be playable. Maybe. Because, like, if you think about it, there was another game called J-Star Stadium, which was a mobile game. Only, I did play that game. It's actually way worse than Jump Force, believe it or not. But Light Yagami was playable in it. I mean, of course, you can't play his moves in the Jump Force. It just doesn't work like that. What I'm saying is that just have some fun with it, alright? And you totally did have some fun with it, with the game. But yeah, that's just me. As I said, its strongest point is definitely the character interaction, but not the story. The story's not really that good, but I just love seeing two characters from two different entire universes shows talk to each other and even have their Japanese voice actors talk for them. Like, it's amazing and I love it. And yeah, that's pretty much about it for Jump Force. I know I didn't have a lot for the good. I complained a lot about it, but it's not over yet. When I first saw, I remember when they finally released Law and I think Grimjow in Jump Force, they announced a new pass. I was pretty pissed because I was like, just let the game die. Do work on a different project of it. Don't continue supporting the game that not a lot of people like. But then they showed the characters, and so far, I'm enjoying it. Shoto Todoroki looks nice, and the characters pass are pretty cool. Because like my biggest complaint was having two of the same series into one pack. Like, I hate that there's two My Hero Academia characters and two Bleach characters in this one DLC pack because it takes up a lot of the space. In my opinion, it's stupid. And yes, there is a Bleach and a My Hero Academia character within the game, and if it was a problem, you should have just put them in the base game. But again, they probably didn't have enough time, which, again, I can get that, but I don't know. I just don't like the idea, but they're not doing that this time. Everyone's from each show, and even some of them haven't even been in DLC pack, like Yo-Yo Hakusho, Please Be Hiei, didn't have any characters within the pass, the first one, and then what was the last one? JoJo's, I wanted Giorna a little bit. I mean, they want Joseph, but Giorna would be cool, and he has good chances, or Jolene, to like maybe, because she has her arc coming up in the anime, they can do that to like advertise it or something, promote it, which would also be cool. Who knows? I'm actually getting a little excited for what Jump Force is going to do with these DLC characters and do it right. I'm just saying, Jump Force, before I get off and say bye, guys, please, please add more replayability to it, and by that I mean replay story things. Add a time machine for all I know. Sure, you'd be taking that from Kakarot, but, I mean, I guess I wouldn't be complaining, but I guess other people would, so maybe they wouldn't do that. Just please add it, Jump Force. I really want to play some of the story again. 'Cause I forgot most of it. I don't even remember what happens in the beginning and the end and in the middle. I want to play some of the side missions with the characters again. Those were my favorite things to do because those like parallel quest like things they add, I didn't complete all of them. Xenoverse 1 and 2, I completed all of them. Even in Xenoverse 2, when it didn't give me anything, I still completed it because it was a challenge on the Switch and the Xbox version. Not the PlayStation version because I'm still trying to complete that one. That one was a little bit more recent to get. That's just what I want. Jump Force. I'm a spoiled brat. Please do it. No, I'm just kidding. But I think it'd be fun. It'd add more stuff, and I kind of want to read a story. I don't want to watch a whole YouTube playthrough of it because then it wouldn't be my character doing it. You know? Like, again, that's just me. Because like one thing I really hate is when you make a new character for the game, you have multiple slots. You can't replay the story. You are the same level as all the others. You're like, I'm level 80 something. All three of my custom characters are level 80, and I know I level any of them up. I just made them, and they're just that level. It makes it feel pretty useless to me, and you can't even replay the story. Like in Xenoverse, yeah, you have all the items, but you're still level 1 when you start out. Still have to work up and level up, and that's fun. Not in Jump Force, so I just want more story for the game. That's my number one thing because like I'm not gonna ask for characters because you're already adding characters, so I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna complain if you don't add the characters I want. I don't even do that for Smash Brothers, which in my opinion is the best fighting game right now. I'm not gonna complain about that stuff, but please add replay story. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna do. Oh my god, this is 30 minutes. Jesus Christ. I'm going to do like 6 extra seconds of me being quiet after saying bye, guys, because it seems my recorder cuts out at 6 seconds at the end of it, which is why you don't hear me say bye, guys. I already talked about it in my other video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe, but you don't have to. And if you don't agree with my opinion, that's fine. If you love Jump Force, more power to you. People can love this game, and people do love this game. I personally have my issues with it, and I still think this game barely counts as a fighting game, but unfortunately,